ah, and there was a silence and we just looked at each other like, what the hell just happened? Whole cake. And he was like, oh, I just passed through. Are you crazy? And I just felt... Hello everyone, my name is Bibi. I'm from France. I've been in Korea for 1 year and a half, almost 2 years, and I'm 28 years old. Oh, why am I so shocked about the question? It's a simple question. Yes, I have met Korean men since I've been here. Currently, yes, I have a Korean boyfriend. It's quite recent, so it's still kind of weird to say the word boyfriend. It's been maybe a little bit less than 3 months. I think me and other foreign girls who are interested in moving here were all kind of asking the same question, like, what if we date a guy here? How is it gonna be? And I think dramas and K-pop have a really sugar-coated image of Korean men. And I think it's normal to sort of relate to it and think to a certain extent it might be the truth. Obviously, it's not fully the truth, but yeah, we do have like a sort of romantic image and really soft image of Korean men. That's just how I felt before I came here. So today I'm going to talk about 4 different characteristics that I realized were in a lot of Korean men after I moved here. One thing that I definitely feel now that I'm dating someone seriously was the overly romantic vibe that they give. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I was just kind of surprised because in the West we're not very romantic. We don't really do 고백. It's most of the time, you know, people kind of hook up and then they say, well, I like you too, and then maybe they get together, maybe they don't, maybe they just keep meeting without being really serious. And so when I first met my now boyfriend, the one thing that really surprised me was that not too long after we met, he just told me one time out of the blue, Bridget, I have no intentions of being your friend. I don't want to just meet you like this. I want you to be my girlfriend when you're ready. And I thought that was really romantic. I just felt like to tell you for sure like what I want and what I'm expecting from this relationship instead of just being like, oh, we can meet and like we can do skinship and hold hands but not really say what we want. I just thought that was really nice. Also bringing you like gifts and things like that as a way to sort of tell you they like you. I think that's very romantic. So that was the first thing that was really surprising because I never really experienced that before. So the second thing is thoughtfulness. That's something that I really noticed compared to the Western men that I've dated. Not that the Western men were, you know, not as thoughtful as or anything, but here I think they put more effort. They remember a lot of things that you say. For example, this one time I mentioned to my boyfriend, we were just talking about like desserts and I was like, oh, me, I love strawberry cake, my favorite. And I just said that. And then literally the weekend after we were supposed to meet, and he came to our meeting place with a cake, like a whole cake. And he was like, oh, I just passed through a Paris baguette and I just wanted to give you a cake. And I was like, oh, you just passed through the bakery and got me a whole cake? Like, are you crazy? And I just felt like that was really nice because I said it very quickly and I didn't really insist on it. And then I bought him a cake because I'm stubborn and I needed to give him something back. Or for example, when we go out and I'm wearing heels, he would be like, oh, let's go to this place, which is like 10 minutes away. It's not that far, but it's like, oh, no, like your feet might hurt, so let's take a cab. Just little things like that I think are really thoughtful and just like taking care of you, making sure you're never cold, you're never hot, you're never hungry, you're never like anything. Every time you feel some way, they look at your face and like, oh, are you okay? Do you need something? Do you want something? Can I buy you this? And I'm like, okay, woo! But now I feel like I really appreciate it. So yeah, thoughtfulness is one of the things that I think is real. At least if he likes you, that's kind of the reality. So the third one is 애교. 애교, I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's not really my culture, but I also think it's quite cute. I have to admit it. Even if I don't want to, I have to admit it. One time I was talking with my boyfriend and he asked me something and I said no. And he asked me again and I said no again. And then he was like, ah. And there was a silence and we just looked at each other like, what the hell just happened? Did you just do 애교? He was like, no, I didn't do 애교. Like, I was making fun of him, but I thought that was really cute. Just as a, you know, game, like not for real. Like, he's way older than me. He's not gonna just do 애교 all the time. But I just think that was really cute. And that's one thing that Western men would never do. No man would ever go, if they want something. Never. That would never happen. And I think here, guys are quite comfortable with their cute side and baby side. And we all have a cute side. Like, we're all sometimes act like kids. Sometimes, to a certain extent, I think it's quite nice and it's quite funny. The last one is the 남친 look, which is the boyfriend look. So on social media, especially if you're part of like K-pop fandoms like me, there is a thing that we love. We love taking pictures of the idols that we like and their fashion, especially airport fashion. And we're like, oh, he's wearing 남친 look, which is usually oversized clothes, slippers and socks, like little things that are very cozy and make the guy look really like comfortable, like you almost want to cuddle with him. And then there's also like the famous Korean coat, like the long coat, like beige or brown, that makes you look really elegant. And I thought it was only in dramas, and so I was really shocked when I actually saw it here, and I realized that dramas are usually copied by real people. That just felt like sometimes when I was walking down the street I was in the middle of a drama, because I was like, everybody looks so nice, the guys are wearing their turtlenecks and their coats, especially in the winter, it was everywhere. That was really cool to see it, because I used to see my idols and my favorite actors wear it, and then I was like, oh my god, this guy looks like an actor. So I kind of felt like I was in the middle of a K-drama. People think that Paris is the capital of fashion, and it is to an extent, because there's Paris Fashion Week and all that, but everyday guys don't really dress up in that sense, like in the Korean, like the really neat look, like 깔끔한 그런 느낌이 아니고, it's just more like American style. So like slim jeans, a little baggy, maybe a little baggy pants, and like Louis Vuitton belt, and like the t-shirt. It's also quite nice. I actually quite like the French style, especially like French African guys dress really nicely. Like they have a reputation of dressing really well. They don't really do the whole like formal. It's only when they're going to work they wear suits and things like that. It's quite different, but I still like it. It's nice in its own way. My favorite thing out of all these things is definitely the thoughtful aspect of Korean men's personality when you're dating them. The reason is usually if you're romantic or if you say I love you, all those things that can be very superficial. Someone can tell you I love you and not believe it. They can still do really bad things behind your back, but I feel like you really feel how a person feels about you when they remember what you say about yourself, they remember what you like, what you don't like. They're always looking to make you feel comfortable, and so I think that's my favorite thing, just because I was always well treated when dating, but I think it's not the same level. Here it's like they really try really hard to make you feel appreciated and loved, and they give you a lot of compliments and things like that. So as a woman, it gives you a lot more confidence, and also you want to give the same thing. So I feel like I became a much more nicer and easy to give to other people just because I receive a lot. So that's my favorite, because it makes me also become like a better person. Because you can say I love you, it's very easy, but actions are much more important than words, in my opinion. So when I see thoughtful actions towards me, I also want to do thoughtful actions towards the guy. So yeah, that's my favorite point. Today we talked about 4 characteristics of Korean men that I realized after dating in Korea since I've arrived here. And if you like the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!